easiest way to make sewing patterns is by draping, and that is exactly what I use my dress form for. But if you're just starting out, one of these cheaper mannequins will work just as well. And if you are using one like this, I recommend getting adjustable padding. That way you can make the mannequin fit your measurements to a T. But for demonstration purposes, I will be using my royal dress form just because I bought it to have the same measurements as me, so I don't need to add padding. Now you're gonna need drape tape, but I like to use this black washi tape. It's a 1/4 inch. I get it right off Amazon. So much cheaper, and I think it works way better, to be honest. Now here is where you're gonna let your creativity just run wild. Whatever you can imagine, you can create, and you only have to do it on one side of your body form. There's no need to do the other side unless you're intending on creating an asymmetrical garment. But the corset peplum top that I'm creating is symmetrical, so I'm only going to be doing it on the left side. Next, moving on to muslin or cheap fabric. Make sure that you iron it so that there's as little wrinkles as possible, and then I like to cut mine into squares. Now you're going to want to find the grain of the fabric. That's going to be the stretchy and flexible side of the fabric. It's going to run diagonally straight through the middle. This is going to help the fabric become moldable. I think it's quite hard to get this on the first try. You're definitely going to have to do a lot of smoothing, a lot of repinning. I choose not to push my pins all the way in just because I know I'm going to be picking them up and placing them around, making sure that I have no wrinkles. If your fabric starts bunching up, you can just cut it, make little darts. That will help it be more controlled so that you can manipulate your fabric a bit more. I recommend stepping back every few minutes just to look at the silhouette from every angle, because sometimes it looks really good up close but terrifying far away. Then I'll move on to marking all of my seam lines, my darts, my waistline. I just use a number 2 pencil for this, but you can also use chalk or a fabric marker. Make sure to label where the center front of your fabric is, what piece of the pattern. Then you'll want to unpin it, bring it to your table, and with a curved ruler, you're going to make those lines more exact, basically matching up all the little dots that you created so that it's straight. At this point, you can go ahead and add your seam allowance. If not, don't forget to add it in when you're cutting your fabric. And that is basically the very beginner, what I'm kind of able to fit in under 3-minute breakdown of how to drape. This is a very broad overview. I really recommend going and watching some more in-depth YouTube tutorials. Here are some great YouTube tutorials and great YouTubers that I recommend you watch before you get started. But just remember that draping is way more about being experimentational than perfect. And in the end, you're going to be creating a garment that's going to fit you, that's going to make you feel good, and you get to say that you created it all from scratch. Happy draping!